Mulus. At least it didn't work there, obviously. So, man, Strelok losing that Raven was huge. He had to be really careful with... Oh, nice little attack here in the back. Oh, almost missed it. But Baneling's coming up to clean up really fast. Looks like it did manage to get a couple of drones here in the back. But looks like didn't manage to get too much after that. Ooh, attack coming in. And this got to be really careful because those bushes are going to hide those Banelings. Man, Baneling's moving in right now. Oh, huge Banelings. But, oh, man. Oh, my gosh. As a Terran player, that hurts to see. Those Zerglings weren't even needed for Morrow before those Marines were just laying there withering on the bottom of Xel'Naga Caverns. And man, huge loss for Strelok. Now Morrow senses this opportunity to move all the way up, and he could definitely put the hurt on Strelok right now. Strelok does have these two medevacs here threatening, but looks like he's going to drop them prematurely and try to... Well, we'll see if he goes back to his base and tries to defend with them, or tries to attack Morrow now that Morrow is out of position. But Strelok's main base is now extremely vulnerable and light on units. I would like to see him build a couple more bunkers to hold off a possible attack. But looks like Morrow somehow spotted this. Oh no, he spotted this with those overlords. Nicely placed overlords. Man, tons of troops being deployed in the middle of the Zerg base here. And man, they're just too scattered and getting picked off one by one by the Zerglings. So this attack from Strelok is not really going to work. And that's going to hurt Strelok a lot. He needed this to work out really well for him. And it didn't turn out great at all. Some changelings now here in the back. Gonna see what's up in terms of Strelok's base. Unfortunately gonna get scouted out by that siege tank, but he kind of saw what he needs to see. Saw a whole bunch of production buildings, and he's got vision across the entire map. Let's just take a look at the Morrow cam right now. Look at this. He sees the entire map. He knows that there's no expansion here. He knows that there's possibly no expansion here, and knows that it would be unsafe for Strelok to take an expansion here. So he probably knows that Strelok is on only 2 bases right now, and he's pretty sure of that. So he knows that he can just take a lot of bases, just relax. Look at this, taking 3rd base right now. He has also been running on 2 bases for quite a while, so he's not that far ahead. But in terms of map control and definitely he's just way ahead. Look at all these Banelings. Oh my gosh. And Strelok doesn't have a Marauder in sight. He's got Thors and siege tanks, but those are very mineral intensive and especially gas intensive units. And running off of 2 bases for this long, 20 minutes into the game, he's not going to have enough to pump out the Thors and tanks that he needs to really tank the damage from those Banelings. He really needs those cheap, relatively cheap, I would say, Marauders to soak up the Baneling fire. Thor's doing a great job on those Mulus, splashing them a little bit, getting a couple of them in the yellow without much of a fight. Look at all these Banelings though, man. Plus, with the +2 armor, oh my gosh, so smart by Morrow. That's gonna really help against the Marines, the Marines DPS there, and that's gonna allow the Banelings to get up close, which can be really dangerous for Strelok. Looks like Morrow might be going in for a attack here. We'll see what happens. He does have control of the Xel'Naga Tower, so he can completely see the troop movements of Strelok. Oh, he's coming in. Oh, very nice play. He's moving his Banelings out first. Oh, man. He's wasting a lot of Banelings on the Thors and tanks, but there are just so many Banelings. Didn't really matter. But these reinforcements from Strelok is going to be able to wipe out Morrow's armies there. But I think that was a little bit of a mistake from Morrow. He wasted way too many Banelings on the Thors and siege tanks. And now these Mutalisks are not going to fare too well against the Marines that are coming into Morrow's base right now. A couple Zerglings now moving in as well. Marines got to be really careful. They don't want to find themselves out of place. Oh my gosh, this is going to hurt. Tons of Banelings moving in. Ooh, wasting a lot of Banelings on that siege tank, however. That could be the saving grace here for Strelok. 3 Banelings rolling in. Will they catch the Marines? Ooh, catches a bunch of Marines, but there are still a lot of Marines there out on the field, and that's just got just a sliver of health left. I think this Spine Crawler and the reinforcements of Morrow are going to be able to clean this up, but I think Morrow could have come out from that with much less losses if he didn't waste so many Banelings just trying to take out 1 tank. This Queen's probably going to get some pot shots off on those medevacs before those guys fly away. And look at this creep denying this expansion. The creeps take 40 seconds to really clear out of an expansion. That's going to delay this, especially in this mineral hungry game. Look at this. Barely any minerals left here in the natural expansion. Completely mined out in the main expansion. He really needs this gold expansion up ASAP. And this is, boy, this is a scary sight to see. Look at all this creep spread across the entire map. The Terran forces in the base just look like little polka dots, little sprinkles on top of just the ice cream of the Zerg creep. This is just ridiculous creep spread from Morrow. He's got so much map vision, so much map awareness and map control. Strelok cannot make a single move without stepping on a string and without Morrow just completely knowing about it. Taking a look at the income tab, both players sort of evening out, excuse me, right now. And setting up for probably a huge engagement coming soon. The thing with Muta-Ling, Baneling is that you really have to get those Banelings right up there in the Marines, or else it could easily backfire. I mean, you can waste so much Banelings on a siege tank or a building and not really get at the meat of the DPS of the Terran player. Look at this, spreading out the Banelings before he engaged. This is what he did before. Really smart. Oh my gosh, tons of Marines there. I think he wiped out all the Marines from Strelok. However, he doesn't really have the forces left to take on this planetary fortress, so he's gonna have to back out. So it's a bit of an engagement there, but sort of a trade-off from both sides. Neither player not really able to capitalize on that attack. Strelok losing a lot of force, and so it was more. Don't look at this. Only 14 Marines left for Strelok and 31 Zerglings. There's quite a lot actually from Morrow and tons of Banelings. So obviously Morrow seems to be like in a better position right now. But this gold mineral expansion could easily do wonders for Strelok right now. Look at his income just skyrocket above that of Morrow's. I would really like to see Morrow take this gold expansion, and right as I say it, actually he starts working on these rocks. But yeah, he's had so much map control for such a long time. He really needed to take a 4th base. I think that could really help him pull ahead. But he has really been going 3 base against 3 base, and one of the bases of the Terran is, in fact, a gold mineral expansion. So, look at this. Income tab now sort of evening out. We've got small aggression here from Morrow. Oh, he's running straight up in the main base? Whoa! Very interesting development here from Morrow. What is he? Ooh, gonna break those supply depots. Gonna go right after the production of Strelok. Wow, look at these Banelings go at the barracks here. One barracks almost falling. I'm a little bit confused at this tactic here. He didn't really quite have enough Banelings to try to take out production buildings, and he didn't. Ooh! I think maybe that was the plan. He was trying to bait the Marines up that ramp because he knows that siege tanks take a while to squeeze up that ramp. So he knows that Marines are probably going to go up first. And that's exactly what happened. And instead of wasting the Banelings on the buildings, he waited until the forces, the Marines specifically of Strelok, were up that ramp before exploding and doing a lot of damage. Ooh, nice little Zergling harassment here in the back. Going to deny this expansion and kill a couple of mules there. Ooh, so well done by Morrow. Morrow's been playing extremely smart this entire game, I have to say. Just getting so much map vision and just not letting Strelok take a breather here. Got a couple bunkers, and these bunkers, siege tanks, and 4 ravens, ridiculously, from Strelok are definitely going to help defend this expansion. The reason you want ravens against what Morrow has is just plop down those auto turrets. They can soak up quite a lot of Baneling bursts. I think they can soak up maybe 3 or 4 Banelings. Just one auto turret, and that could save your entire. That could be the saving grace for your Marines and your entire army. Look at this. Strelok can land this orbital command center just to plop down a mule probably, or yeah, there we go. Was that a mule or a scan? I couldn't really tell. I think it was a scan because I didn't see a mule going down. So yeah, scan going off. Probably gonna see the unit composition there of Morrow's. Morrow's just been sticking with this Baneling Zergling combo for quite a while. Oh my gosh, there is Hunter Seeker missile being researched up there from Strelok. That's these 4 ravens. Oh my gosh, that could be devastating because Morrow's army is extremely light, and those Hunter Seeker missiles, even though their splash damage is reduced as the radius increases, they can still one-hit Zerglings for quite a while. Ooh, losing a lot of Zerglings there unnecessarily to some tank fire. But man, those Hunter Seeker missiles, I haven't seen those for a very long time. That could be devastating to Morrow's army. However, speedlings on creep are ridiculously fast, so they could easily run away from the Seeker missile. Ooh, look at this, leading the charge with the 2 ravens, trying to bait those Zerglings and Banelings. Oh no, they're going in. Are we going to see the Hunter Seeker missile? Okay, maybe not, but that would have been an okay opportunity, I think, to release some of those hounds on Morrow's army. but I think he's waiting for just the right time, so once he defeats Morrow's army, he can get things ready. Oh, what? Oh my goodness. 10. I just saw 12 infestors being made in production for Morrow, and they just all spawn. Oh, jeez, this is going to be ridiculous. Raven on infestor action. Oh my god, look at all these auto turns being placed. Ooh, nice fungal growth by Morrow. Going to disable a ton of those guys. Oh my god, ridiculous infested Terrans. I love seeing this battle of the spells, and looks like the Ravens are going to get completely destroyed here by the infested Terran and fungal growth. Oh my gosh, huge fungal growth on the army of Strelok. That's a huge loss here. Oh my gosh, those Ravens were completely wasted. They just only plopped down a couple auto turrets. I didn't see a single Hunter Seeker missile there, even though he invested in that upgrade. Ooh, look at this, tons of infested Terrans coming up as well. Those infested Terrans are pretty much the Zerg equivalent of those auto turrets. Wow, nice fungal growth. One more there coming in for Morrow, disabling a lot of Strelok's units with what's left of Strelok's units. Tank fire doing a lot of damage. However, there's probably more fungal growth, and those infested Terrans are definitely going to help clean up the rest of Strelok's army. But I gotta say, huge fungal growth coming in from Morrow, and Strelok just engaged at the exact wrong time, right when the infestors spawned. If he had waited, or if he had engaged maybe like a minute or 30 seconds earlier, oh my gosh, who knows what the damage he could have done with the auto turrets and the Hunter Seeker missiles. But wow, great use of spells there in the late game, and then Morrow really pulled ahead, making those infestors and just ending the game almost instantly once they popped out with some great fungal growth. Oh my gosh, that was an epic game 3.